Good morning, everyone. By way of introduction, my name is John Anderson, and I work with the consultancy ARK. I'm no expert on the subject that we're going to discuss today, or I'm going to present. And therefore, in advance, both when I was taken on board the project and today, I just wanted to revisit a couple of definitions. I wanted to know about my retrofit through to my EPC. So, retrofit, it's about installing something new, previously manufactured or constructed. Decarbonisation, a term used for the removal of carbon dioxide and output into the atmosphere. Past 2035, an official standard for the whole house retrofit in the UK, outlining the processes and best practice for the industry. We've done this because I think residents that we're engaging with may not know this language, some do, but our job, crucially, is to target communications that reflect the audience that we are speaking to, whether that is a home intervention or encourage them to take a skill, reskilling, and an opportunity in the retrofit sector. Next slide, please. Apologies in advance, but I can assure you it is not my intention to do a presentation that is roundly called Death by PowerPoint. I'm going to give an overview of the programme, its objectives, our role, crucially for today, employment and skills and education objectives, our learning so far, and what we're doing with this learning in terms of moving forward. Just a little bit about ARK. Next slide, please. Just a little bit about ARK. We are a specialist housing consultancy operating across the UK, leading technical management consultancy with expertise that allow us to deliver a range of services to clients in the public, voluntary, and housing associations. Services including asset management, development, regeneration, recruiting people, and managing change and organisational growth, working with organisations like Rochdale Housing right through to local authorities in London, and crucially with Birmingham City Council as well. Next slide, please. I just want to give you a sort of flavour of the programme and the scale of it. There's a few bullet points there which clearly you can read, but really it is a big programme. It's a programme helping to decarbonise a significant amount of housing stock across the UK. It has clear objectives in terms of fuel poverty reduction, making sure tenants' health and satisfaction are improved from living in better, more adequate housing. And with relevance to today, we're trying to do something about the retrofit supply chain to take on the challenges this sector will have in terms of skills moving forward. And really, just a little bit of information. As of today, February 2024, there are about 33,000 measures installed in around 17,000 houses under this programme. Key ones being insulation, and also as well looking at solar panels and upgrading windows and doors, all being key to this programme. Next slide, please. The housing programme itself, well, in Birmingham, we're looking at a number of things to do. It fits into its broader ambition for net zero by 2030. We've had now on a second wave. The first wave was for 300 houses in Bromford. Lots of learning for us to take on board there, by the way. And now we're entering the sort of next phase, wave 2, of just over 2,200 houses, looking to achieve an energy efficiency rating of APCC. And again, this is split into 9 different schemes across the city in places like Shard End, Bromford, Stetchford. And we're looking for whole house retrofit and sort of smaller measures in the flats and houses, high rise, that make up the housing of the city, and including the investment through the city council and the grant. We're looking at a total of around about £58,000 per property. Next slide, please. A key element of what we're looking to do is also improve and signpost people, give them the opportunities who are affected with this housing programme to take up a career in the retrofit sector. We'll all be aware of the retrofit challenge that is facing the industry in terms of supply and demand. And we hope that we can just make a little bit of contribution to that, which will show in increased social value outcomes, right through to more residents, increasing their skills, improving their employment opportunity, and as I said, helping to develop and create a competent workforce is needed to deliver the variety of social housing-based retrofit programs and private sector as well. Next slide, please. Our brief is simple. It's twofold. Firstly, it's about engaging with residents. Excuse me. It's about engaging with them through various sort of means and communication tools, community councils, resident liaison panels, working with door knocking, right through to events, social media. But also we're looking to undertake an analysis of the feedback we receive through these engagement activities and our surveys. And crucially as well, we want to make sure how we explore with our contractors, we can maximize education and skills opportunities for local people, and developing as a result this small plan which contributes to wider plans in this city, like Birmingham's retrofit plan, for example. Next slide, please. I just want to give you an overview of what we've done so far, really. It's been quite intensive. It's involved social media. It's involved door knocking, door drops, as we call them, leaflet drops, individual event, piggybacking onto broader community activities. We've done a significant amount of networking across local communities to see the organisations are working so hard on the ground, work very closely with Birmingham City Housing Management, citywide thematic groups in the sport, fuel poverty, young people. And also we're starting to engage with colleges as well, looking what they have to offer. We have had a survey. We've had 120 replies, 45 of which have expressed an interest in pursuing a career in retrofit. And most of all, we want to take them on a journey. We want to make sure that as a result of this, they have better installation, better retrofit housing, based housing, economy savings in terms of their bills, and opportunities as well to pursue a career, improve their skills in the retrofit sector. Our learning so far. There's just a couple of slides, points there that really relate to some of the learning that we've had at a national level. It's worth looking at them to an extent, I think. So for example, there's emerging evaluation and learning around the importance of skills, the importance of widening the supply chain, as there's a need for more accredited PAS 2035 installers, for example, and also as well there is opportunities. I think the feedback is from the national programme is that many organisations have sat up and realised they have a role to play and to try and find their way through, and very much at the beginning of the retrofit journey. So I think it's a bit of both, really. There's demand, but there's also the supply issues that need to be looked at. Our next slide, please. Our learning is we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about the numerous estate challenges, nothing I don't think council officers are aware of, but are battling hard to address. We've learned the importance of taking people, if you excuse the language, on a customer journey. There is going to be some mess and noise. There is going to be some disruption, but hopefully as a result of this, it'll save on your fuel bills. And also, it's about having a team approach. We're working closely with our colleagues in housing management, our contractors, tackling the questions and concerns that are being raised that are not necessarily just about the SHDF programme. And finally, we do need people on board. We need people who can support us, supportive counsellors, retrofit champions, use creatively social media, piggyback onto other events as well, whether that's a leisure event at Stetchford Leisure Centre or the Active Wellbeing Service Bus, which is taking messages around well-being, mental health, fuel poverty to communities. And again, related to today's discussion, there is some interest in the employment and skills agenda. Next slide, please. I just want to finish off by saying what we're going to be doing moving forward. I think it's more of the same, more drop-ins, more events, walking the blocks, trying to blend that with social media activity, websites, etc. Perhaps even creating a show home where people can visit and see what the changes are like, see the benefits, and perhaps speak to people who are getting a career as a result of that. We need to target awareness amongst the colleges, the young youth groups, etc., like that. And I still think there's work to be done around selling the benefits of retrofit and the broader energy efficiency agenda, and showing that net zero is related to less money coming out of your purse and wallet on fuel bills. We want to work more with the supply chain to create the opportunities, but we need to get out there. We need to get off our backsides and actually engage with people through outreach programs. So let's see how we do that. And again, I think there's a social value outcome to what we're trying to do as well. So hard hats in schools, community skips. Let's show local people that we're investing in their area as well as investing in their house and in terms of the individual. And I think also let's convert the interest of residents. So we'll be working hard with the people who are coming through saying that they want to have a career. And let's see how we can turn them from an interest to a job. But crucially, it's about maintaining consistency in resident engagement, whether that is someone who wants that opportunity or whether that is someone that is going to have a new window or insulation being put in. So much the same, really. So coming back to today's agenda, I think what we're trying to do is to help the broader retrofit challenge and to make sure that people we are engaging with, yes, have better homes, yes, have homes that are more energy efficient, but also consider opportunities to reskill, to enter in skills boot camps, perhaps do a college course in retrofitting, taking the CSCS cards, so that this program has an economic, a social, and an environmental impact, and helping the city council and the city achieve its net zero aims. Thank you very much. Hello.